documentary you are about to watch is about my adventure to visit my great-grandfather, who is in bad health, Gus Hamilton, also known as Candy Grandpa. We traveled from Florida to Central and Anderson, South Carolina.
Okay, today is October 1st, 2014. It's a Wednesday morning at 7:30 a.m. and we are on our way to South Carolina to see Grandpa and Grandma Betty. We just stopped on our first stop to get some breakfast, and I think we're a little bit north of Cocoa Beach right now. So that's it. Peace out. It's still October 1st at 9:15 a.m. and we are about 20 miles south of Jacksonville. So, getting gas, we're going to head on the road.
It's stretch time. Talk about the trip so far. Where are we?
Georgia.
Yeah, speak up. After 11 hours of traveling, we had finally made it to our destination, Anderson, South Carolina.
Really?
Yes. Now we're getting
in towns that are in houses.
Listen, I'm gonna drop you guys off at this right here because she's gonna be watching.
Their
I know
house is like right.
We are going to visit Grandma Betty and Grandpa. Okay, go hide. Bye.
We're going to surprise Candy Grandpa and Grandma Betty, and it's 6:05 right now. Now we have to wait for it to turn 6:07 to knock on their door and surprise them.
Okay, so it's time for the surprise in a few minutes. I don't know what time it is. 6:07. We got about 2 minutes left. So we're gonna surprise Candy Grandpa and Uncle Betty. Here we go.
I know.
Shortly after arriving, my great-grandma Betty told us one of her infamous stories.
That lady right there, Grandma Curtis, was at our house in Florida. So we were at the fair, and you know they have that pig calling contest every year, right?
Yeah.
Well, your grandfather Sam went up to my mom and said, Miss Corinne, would you come over there and enter a contest for me? Well, these guys, they started, and then they got to my mom, and my mom says, do you call the pigs or do you act like a pig? And the judge says, you call the pigs. So she said, okay, since Sam asked her, you know, she thought, I'm going to do it the best I can. So she said, woo, piggy! And you should have seen all the crowd from everywhere just started coming towards where Grandma was. They didn't have no idea what was going on. Well, she won the contest, so she won one of them hats.
Practice. Okay.
He's playing peekaboo.
Yeah, that might be fun. We'll see. Thanks.
After days of being in his bed, my great-grandfather decided that it'd be a good idea to take us to a barbecue restaurant called the Smoking Pig Barbecue. Hi, Mom. After going to the Smoking Pig, Frank was kind enough to take us to Twin Falls. Where are we at?
We're at the waterfalls. I don't know, Twin Waterfalls.
There you go.
So I wanted to count how many living offspring Grandpa really has. And I came up to the front desk and asked for some paper, the biggest piece of paper that they had. And this is what I came up with, a little chart that shows you the name of his children. The dots represent his grandchildren, and the lines represent his great-grandchildren. And so these are the different mothers for each page and their respective children. And I've come up with 84 so far, but Grandpa always says 102, so I've got to find out where the extra 18 come from. So, to be continued after we visit Grandpa.
So this is what people call a stink bug. or a shield bug. You see that the shape of the body is shaped like a shield, and it is a true bug. It has 6 legs, 3 body parts, and a beak-like mouth. That's it. It flew away.
What are you doing?
Feeding goats.
Say it louder.
Feeding goats.
So what are you up to, Grandma Betty?
I'm getting a pedicure.
Okay, so we've been in the nail salon for about 10-15 minutes. We gotta be to the auction at 5:30, and it's like, what time is it? 4 something?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. So we got about 30 minutes to be over to Frank and get him away from Grandpa Pop. So how you feeling now, Grandma?
I'm feeling great.
Feet have been done.
Feet have been done.
Today is the Jockey Lot Day. Woo!
That's the weirdest puppy I've ever seen.
Frank is Batman.
I'm Batman. Okay.
Like it? Yeah. Everyone walking.
We're walking on.
On our last day, we really tried to pack as much family in as possible. After all, that was the whole reason for this trip. Lola decided to do science experiments with the kids, which was much enjoyed. While she was doing the science experiments, Aunt Ann decided to pay a visit all the way from Georgia. She came to visit her brother, our grandfather, Gus Hamilton. It was a pleasure to see Aunt Ann, someone we haven't seen in years.
My trip was a wonderful experience. I was thrilled to see family I haven't seen in years. Spending time with my great-grandfather was simply irreplaceable. While on the trip, I was also happy to experience a different way of living. Even though we are 11 hours apart, South Carolina was a great learning experience to view and participate in a much more laid-back lifestyle.
Alright, so today is October 5th at 7:35 and we're getting ready to leave to come back home from South Carolina.
Signing off. We just got home. We've been driving for 11 hours, thanks to her, which was awesome time. Best travel partners ever, and we rocked it.
October 5th, we're home. 7:05, 2014. We're home in one piece, and I'm tired. Bye.
Oh, we just got home. It was a lot of fun to see Grandma Betty, Candy Grandpa, and lots of fun to spend time with the family.
And it's Jay signing off for the night. Director, editor, producer, blah blah blah. It was a great time, Grandma Betty. We all had fun. Love everybody.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How gracious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many heartaches, trials, and cares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first